The week between Christmas and New Year's is a popular time to take paid time off, but some workers say the anxiety that this creates may actually not be worth it. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Tamsin Fidel.
And I'm John Muller. Ernie has the day off. Now, according to a new Monster poll, 87% of workers say they have experienced PTO woes returning to work after taking time off. Vicki Salemi, career expert from Monster, joining us now to break this down for us. Vicki, thanks for being here. Let's get right to it. First of all, what are PTO woes?
PTO woes, John, are the anxiety and stress that workers feel when they return to work after taking PTO, basically paid time off from work.
So let me ask you a question, because you're looking forward to your time off. You can't wait for it to happen. You've got all these plans, and then you have anxiety. And I think we've all dealt with it. What are some of the reasons, though, that we get anxious about that?
Yeah, the first one could be, you just feel understaffed, that you have no one to delegate to, so your work is piling up. Another one could be true is like layoff concerns. You may be concerned that your job is on the chopping block while you're away. Also, you might not have any support from management for taking time off, or they may scoff at the fact that you're taking time off, or you might even get peer pressure from colleagues as well. And also, you might be concerned about returning to work with the crisis is happening when you return.
Well, let's talk about this. Some people actually feel guilty about taking off from work. And where does that mentality come from?
Yeah, that could be pressure from leadership. It could be culture. It could be, if there have been layoffs, it could be internal as well. But it's real. And we know in Monster that 3/4 of workers in our poll said they actually have not taken time off due to the PTO woes, the stress and anxiety.
So is there anything workers can do to try to ease that anxiety of returning to work after they've had this, a week off, maybe even 2 weeks off in some cases?
Yes, hopefully, if you're off work right now, hopefully before you left, you perhaps delegated or provided points of contact during your absence. Another one could be thinking big picture. While you're taking time off from work, a couple steps removed, think big picture. What type of job do you want to work in if you're not able to take this time off, especially during the holidays? There are employers that do encourage and support you to take PTO.
Well, let's talk about that. What can companies do to help those who might be hesitant to do it, to take their PTO, especially during a week when people take
several
off?
Things. First is they may consider company-wide closures. So perhaps during the week, right now, just completely close the office and have workers available in case of emergency. So company-wide holidays, closures, 4-day work week. Look overseas as an example to have perhaps, different shifts of workers, 3 days off and then 4 days working. And then also lead by example. Management should take time off as well and not check in for messages and put that out of office reply and really mean it and stay accountable to it, and then hopefully encourage their workers to do the same.
So what happens if there's just no way you can take time off? Maybe you get a day or two, but you really can't do what other people are doing right now.
Yeah, I would say look for a new job. Honestly, there are other companies that do allow PTO and they want you to take the time off so you can enjoy it with your friends, family, do whatever you want with that time. And also think about the money in terms of your salary. Let's say you may make a really great salary, but you're working 80 or 90 hours a week. If you break it down by hour, you may want to consider finding a job at a lower salary that's actually 40 hours, which in the end ends up being the same hourly rate.
Let's talk about how often should people be taking time for themselves. Is there a right answer to that?
Yeah, it really depends on the person, John. It could be, it's staycation, a daycation. It could be a week. It depends really on what the person needs throughout the year, not just during the holidays and during the summer. It should be, a year-round process.
I feel like people are going to walk in with a clip of this and be like, Vicki said I need some time off, because that's the only way.
And I have the PTO woes on Sunday night, too.
I do, too. I still feel like I'm in school. That's what I feel like. Vicki, always good to see you. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a happy holiday, and you're getting some time off as well.
Yes,
All
thanks.
right.
Always great being here.
All right, for more career advice or on how to search for open jobs, go to monster.com to check it out.